What's up, Sword Family? Welcome to the game stream, Monday night. Gonna have some fun in the land of 9Dragons with Inigo Bartoya. Last time, we got up to Golden Blossom, I think is what it was, which was the next level Shang up, which meant that I had new Kung Fu to learn, which I only realized after we ended the stream. So I went ahead and picked those up, but I haven't trained them yet. So that's where we're going to start tonight, is training our new Kung Fu styles, and then most likely go back to grinding because I don't think we have any more quests at the moment. But before that, we have a few comments to get through. And first through the door, half hour or so early, is our own Dan Hollifield. Good evening, Dan. And Aunt Donna joining us. Aunt Jonna, wow. We're off to a wonderful start tonight here, folks. Aunt Donna joining us and greeting Damn. Oopsie, misplaced fingers, Dan. Yeah, well. Beat Foxy. Foxy was right back there behind me making a cake while I was setting up, so. And Trey is joining us. Evening. Good evening, Trey. I'm glad you're feeling better. And Uncle Carl joining us. Hi there. Why did I think it wasn't until 5:30? Thanks, Donna. Well, greetings for Trey, and greetings for the Woodsman dude, and glad to see Trey up and around. Yes, it is. Kitty joining us very shortly. Have a good stream. I will try. Greetings for Kitty. More greetings for Kitty. Have a good class. Yes, have a very good class. Had me anxious last night, Trey. Uh-oh. Between worrying about everyone and then Donna's computer nearly dying, it was a stressful time. And there's our lone Twitch viewer, Midnight. Hey, Sword people. Hello, Midnight. Since Foxy isn't here, don't forget to like and share, folks. Thank you. We might possibly have a new viewer pop in tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But earlier today, on a martial arts subreddit that I'm a part of, someone was talking about wanting to meet some other martial artists and possibly interview them for his show. So I went ahead and, and shared the link for my channel, and I emailed him about possibly going on his show or possibly him coming on mine. And I let him know that I would be on tonight now. So if he shows up, I will let everyone know. Here I am. Sorry, I was making a cake. See? Cake. Cake? Yes, cake. Why? Because chocolate? Well, yeah. Donna will fix Carl's cake tomorrow. Nice. Yum, yeah. Also, the liking and the sharing and the subscribing thing. Grind is real for gamers. You're not kidding. Have to add more solar panels to the setup for the well house tomorrow. 2 more were delivered yesterday. Nice. You're going to have a nice little setup out there, Dan. And Joe over on Kick, checking for kickbots. Nothing yet, but the night is still young. Greetings to midnight. Greetings to midnight and everyone. And Trey is paralyzed. Aw. Callie keeping Carl in his seat. Be in and out of chat due to cake. She'll be in and out of here due to cake. And there's our first kickbot. Yeah, lovely. Okay. Well, let's get this party started, shall we? I haven't seen our new person yet, but even if they don't show up, I will... You know what? Hang on a second. I need to do something very quickly. Because even if that person does not show up tonight, I would like to be helpful for them. And hashtag always promote. Let's go ahead and get the link for their channel up so that I can share it later. Yes, that's a good idea. Go me! That was a smart thing. Okay, there we go. That will be helpful for later. And of course, I leave for a few minutes and a bot comes in. Yeah. Also, you'll get to hear the oven sing the song of its people. Oh, Lord, that's Screech. Yeah, you're going to hear that in about... I think it said 60. It was like 16 or 18 minutes, one of the two. Now, let's go ahead and get the comments up. Move you guys over here. And minimize the things. And away we go. Go ahead and share screens. I changed my desktop background the other day because I realized I hadn't changed it in like a couple of years now. So I figured it was probably, about time to change that. So you guys will get to see that tonight. That'll be fun. Let's go ahead and get my gaming layout set and add to stage. Hey, look at that. That is kind of fitting for playing a Wudon Swordsman and 9Dragons. That is Winter at Wudon Temple. One of our Wudon monks here doing some Tai Chi. Lovely snow on the ground. Very nice. Oh, go away, malware bites. And here we go. Starting in Hefei, as has become the norm. Someone is doing some buff training in the background. No, he's wearing a swimsuit. That was part of the summer thing. She thought that guy was naked. No, he's wearing swim trunks. Earlier this summer, they had a deco that you could put on that would be. Yes, it is a nice, inspiring scene, isn't it, Carl? Now you could get a deco for your character that was a swimsuit, which for guys is basically, you know, board shorts, and for women it was a bikini. So go swimming. If you could go swimming in this game, I might be tempted. Because like when I play Skyrim, I don't have any mods because I just have the console version. Thank you, Dan. But I try and play as much as I can as if I was actually living there instead of playing a game. So I will try and eat at least once per day. And at least once every 2 or 3 days, I will have my character take a bath. So you will randomly see me, especially if I'm in Whiterun in the town. There's this lovely little like waterfall fountain area. I will go take a shower in there. Yeah, see? Board shorts. I really wish the screen share worked if I was on a different screen. As opposed to just the computer screen. Because I would play Jade Empire, and I would play Skyrim. I would play other games besides just this. Because I have a bone to pick with the developers over on Skyrim. Oh, I know it looked like boxers at first glance. That's because there's not really a whole lot of difference between the two. But besides the obvious issues I have with game developers making swords and weapons way heavier than they needed to be, having swords in Oblivion weighing 10, 15 pounds, like that's just ridiculous. I don't think we have anything worth selling. You need to hop on here one of these days and get these gloves so I can get them out of my inventory. Still don't know what to do with that empty stone. Been hanging on to that horse milk wine for way too long because I thought it actually did something, but I don't think it does. Wardrobe ornament, yang resistance. I don't really need it. And now we Can go back to Nanchang and grind some more, because yes. Oh, no, wait. Let's go train our new Kung Fu. Yeah, that's European thinking. One hit with the sword. Desirable, less skill, more. Yeah. Learned that on the video that I shared. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I'll probably do that after this, probably later tonight, but I look forward to seeing that. But that is a minor annoyance, because when it comes to Skyrim, the swords and other weapons are generally a more normal weight. And I completely understand that a lot of the weapons that you're going to find in the game are going to be heavily influenced by the area that you're playing in. Let's see here. Okay, so we only have to do training for this one. Qigong Training Ground. So we should have a smashing. And it's also a wind sword. Jeez. Okay, it's right there. So yeah. Earth Qigong. Double Tai Chi energy. What do we got here? Increases yin yang body and soul damage for 5 minutes by 30. So yeah, your weapons are going to be heavily influenced by the area that you're playing in. So when you were in Cyrodiil, in Oblivion, you had a lot more European-style weapons. You know, all of the weapons were based on European-type designs. That does not bother me. And then when you got to Skyrim, they were much more Nordic-looking. Completely understandable. Doesn't bother me a bit. What does bother me, and at the same time it bothers me, but it's also completely also understandable, is the limitations on the weapons that you can have. There are no spears, which is just a dagger on a stick. Lady is not only attractive, but redheaded, but very educated in history. Nice! And Houston Dave is joining us. Hello, Dave. But yes, your weapons are incredibly limited. There are no spears, which wouldn't be that difficult to animate. Other people have added these weapons. They have added these weapons. So you have spears. You have different styles of swords that you wouldn't expect to find in these kind of games. But can somebody, hopefully she'll do it. Wait a minute, she did a show on European swords, but the thumbnail was using a Japanese sword. What's up with that? That kind of, yeah. That's exactly the kind of shit that I'm about to talk about that pisses me off. Okay. I'm going to try and not go on a rant here, and I'm probably going to fail. But somebody explain to me why and don't give me lore bullshit. Brother loaned her a katana, but I think it scared her. Okay. I know the lore reason why. But the lore is garbage. It's bullshit, and it's just annoying. So, somebody explain to me why you have all these swords in Oblivion. You have all these weapons in Skyrim that fit perfectly within the confines of the country you're playing in, and then you have random katana. It's the only style of weapon in the games that doesn't fit with the location. Fan service, you're not wrong, but hang on a second. It's the only weapon that doesn't fit within the location of the game. It makes zero sense lore-wise, and I'll explain that in a second. But it makes zero sense in lore. And there's so many other weapons that you could use that would fit within the lore, or at least would be more understandable. And there it is. Ding, ding for Carl. There goes the oven. Carl is exactly 100% right. It's the same reason that when the Jet Li movie Hero got bought out by Miramax and brought over to a Western audience, they changed the poster for the movie so that Jet Li's character was no longer holding a Jian, but instead, for absolutely no good damn reason, they changed it to a katana. Was there even anything even remotely close to a katana-looking blade in the entire damn movie? No, there wasn't. So we're going to change the movie poster and give the main damn character a sword that looks nothing like the sword he's using in the entire movie. And there's nothing even close looking in the movie to make it appeal to Western audiences. That's it. That's all it was. You can call it fan service, but all it was is that's the only Eastern Blade that most people in the West. Now, I'm not talking about people like me. I'm not talking about people like Trey. I'm not talking about people that are actually in the sword environment. I'm talking about your standard everyday American. The only thing they're ever going to recognize is a katana. That's it. That's all they know. And that's why there's a katana in Skyrim. But explain to me why. Hey, Golden Blossom 2. If you can have a katana in Skyrim, why you can't have a Tien in Skyrim? There is no reason whatsoever that they couldn't put one in there. And just make something up. Yeah, clickbait thumbnails on YouTube. I know, Dan. Trust me. I know all about it. Here's how I would implement Tien into Skyrim. You have the bullshit lore. And it's been almost a half an hour. I think I can swear now. That the Akaviri brought over the katana. They don't call it that, of course. Because the Akaviri were monks. It wouldn't be that difficult. And you could even have it be a part of one quest line in the game. Just like they did with the Dawn Guard. You could have a new faction show up on the shores of Skyrim and they carry Tien. That is their weapon of choice. And you could have them be traveling monks. And they could be searching for something. Maybe the big tree in Whiterun. Or something of theirs from their monastery was stolen. And they're looking to get it back, and they ask for your character's help. And it would be really easy because every single sword in the game, regardless of whether you have the big, broad scimitar. Yeah, that's the other one. The scimitar. The scimitar exists. The scimitar exists in Skyrim because of the Red Guards. every single sword animation is exactly the same. Every single weapon animation is exactly the same, with the exception, obviously, of the bow and arrow. That's the only one that's different. Whether you're using a sword or daggers or a mace, it's all just this. Over and over and over again. Just cutting X's across the screen. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Cake. So there would be no need for any special sword animation for using a Tien. You introduce a new faction. They bring the Tien into the country. You have to help them on their quest, and as a quest reward, they give you one of their ceremonial blades. That easy to introduce a brand new style of sword into the game. It would be literally that simple. And as I said, the PC version and the next-gen console versions have introduced mods that do give you spears. They do give you Tien. They do give you rapiers. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever that those weapons could not have been included in the vanilla game, other than taking up space in the memory of the game. But to me, that's not a good excuse, because you have scimitars and you have katanas. There's no reason why you could not have a Tien like the one that Inigo is using right now. And that is my 20-minute rant about the limitations of Skyrim weapons. Now let's see what you guys have said about it. I'm sure there are some opinions. Imagine how many times you would hear people mangle the word Tien on live stream playthroughs, especially with some of the more extreme American accents. Yeah. Need to hear someone with a Bronx or Boston accent now. Actually, Carl, that's not that far away from how you're actually supposed to say it. See, the way most people mangle it is call it a gin. They completely ignore the A in the middle of the damn word and say gin. It's G-N. It's G-N. G-N. That's pretty damn close to how you're supposed to say it. And you wouldn't even have to call it that. They don't call the katana, they call it the blade sword. Just name it after. Oh, Carl, I have an Instagram reel that I have to share with you. I will have to remember it once we're done here. One of the very, very Scottish people that I follow on Instagram got a sample box of gin. It was like 5 or 6 bottles of it. They only looked to be about that big. They looked fairly small, but I figured it'd be something that you would enjoy seeing. Yeah, you wouldn't even have to call it. You wouldn't even have to call it a gin. Just name it after the group of monks that bring it into the land. was a box. Managed to fill 20 minutes. Oh, believe me, I could keep going. Well, we got a collectible. What did we get? Oh, boy. We are going to have to go... Right? Did I already have the writing brush? I think I might have already had that. No, I don't. Cool. Let's go ahead and add that to our collectible list. Now all I need is the ink stick. That. I know, I'm looking through my collectibles while I'm getting beat up by two women. Yeah, I could keep going because there's really no reason why you couldn't introduce more two-handed weapons as well. Because again, every single two-handed weapon has the exact same animation. And there's Golden Blossom 3. We get any new? Any new quests? No. But I need to go sell a few things, so we're going to go run to town here. Why couldn't they introduce spears into Skyrim as well? It's the people who did make spears literally took the daggers from the game, from the base game, and put them on sticks. And you have a spear. It's a knife on a stick. It's going to use the exact same two-handed swinging animation that every other two-handed sword in the game uses. The weapons are very limited. Now, the weapons in here are also limited. But you don't all of a sudden have a random European sword show up the way that you have a random katana show up in the Elder Scroll games. If they would have kept the katana and the scimitar out entirely, then I wouldn't have cared. Because then all of the weapons would have been within the bounds of the country and the culture that you were playing in. But then they screwed up and said, here's a katana. Why? Tried out different brands of scotch in 12-ounce bottles one year. Must have gone through 40 bottles before I decided I wasn't going to find one that I liked as much as Irish whiskey. Yeah. 12.5 ounces. Everyone has their own tastes. I mean, I told you about the liquor store that Foxy and I went to in Wyoming, and they were giving away free samples, and I got to try one kind of scotch there, and it was so god-awful. That I didn't end up trying anything else that I could have tried there. It was just that bad. Sun and Moon wheels. Dagger. Spade. Iron Nugget. Blue Cloud Sword, I already have one. Arrowhead Axe. 9-ring Saber. Okay, now we have empty space again. Piece of steel is going to come over here because I'm going to donate that. Careers Guild Pass. Glowstone's going to come over here too. Groove Cutter. Nope, we already have Zhang Fei. Damn. Okay. Now let's distribute our points because I haven't done that for a while. 4. 4. 4. And 1 in essence. There we go. And I don't have anything that I can put in my mastery. And no new quest still, so. Ah, 12 half. Okay, yeah. Three licorice roads and 2 spoons of honey and 40% vodka for 5 weeks. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Don't like Canadian thing either. Good thing Zach isn't here. Zach is never here. Yeah, you did have fun in that store. You had more fun than I did. Some Canadian brands are decent, just not many. Welcome to the stream. Yes, welcome. Keeping warm. It's already in the 40s. Yeah, I think it's in the 40s, at least for us right now. Let's see. $39 feels like $35. Yeah. Lovely. One talkative cow, yeah. 5 Celsius. Oof. Ouch. Denmark, though. That's cool. I like it. Hit a high of 25. Oh, boy. Well, welcome to the stream. It's always nice having new people join us. Exporting Canadian weather. Well, yeah. 24 freedoms. Freedom units. The only food talk we're going to get up to tonight going to be about cake. Because, yeah. Yep, I play in Foxy the Social Director. That's pretty fair description, I guess. I do this every Monday for around 3 hours. We've been at it for almost an hour already. And I just finished up a rant about why you can't have Chinese swords in Skyrim, although the quote-unquote scimitar looks to me more like a Chinese Dao than it does any scimitar I've ever seen, but, you know, that's just me. Nice hand warmers and battery operated and have 3 settings, 45, 50, and 55. See? Hardest part of making cake? Letting it cool before frosting. Yeah, pretty much. Like, are we going to... It's kind of the hardest part of most cooking is waiting for the thing to be done before you can eat it. Oh, was that a fan? I think I saw a fan. I think I saw a collectible. First hand warmer burns and sticks inside a metal case. Yeah, that does sound dangerous. Celsius. Yeah, that's definitely warm. Which fan did we get? Black? Do I already have the black fan? I think I already had the black fan. No, I don't. Ha-ha! So now we just need the fan of White Tiger, and that collectible will be done as well. Yes, that does sound like a fire hazard. Because it is a fire hazard. Like charcoal, yeah. Snapped open and closed. Drank out of hoses. Well, we drank out of hoses. That continued on into the 80s and 90s. It's kind of like we were talking about on Saturday, talking about Wu Zetian and her daughter asphyxiating, possibly because using charcoal to heat the room and not having proper ventilation, and no pearl clutching here. There's no crying in baseball. And dear God, if you don't get that reference, you're too young. Just, yeah. Heavenly Demon Manual. And a smash. Smash. you did miss the asphyxiation. That's right. Yeah, that's what I mean, Dan. You've never seen the movie and you get the reference. It's not a bad film, at least in my estimation, it's not. I've seen a lot worse. Not exactly a glowing recommendation, but you know. Oh, yes, you're such a delicate, delicate lady. Yes. Oh, so, so delicate. You're a wee little flower, lassie. You can nae be around such harsh people. And yes, I know that was a terrible, terrible accent, but it was fun. Said I was a delicate flower to a friend, and he called me a Venus flytrap. What's a plant? Nightshade's a flower. I'm sure there are other poisonous flowers out there. No, not an ink pad. It's an ink stick. It is one of these. Ink sticks. For the people who haven't seen my my couple of calligraphy videos on my channel, in the Chinese writing system, you don't just dip a quill in ink. You get an ink stick, which is ink usually mixed with soot to make a solid brick. Well, it's not very solid. It breaks pretty easily. And then you have an ink pad that you mix with water, and you scrape your own ink. It's part of the process of writing. Not a bad accent, but then I've only known a few Scottish people. Yeah. Yes. So there's a fun little question for the chat. Speaking of bad movies, what is the worst movie that you've ever actually sat through the entire movie hoping and praying that it got better and it never did? Because I think I've mentioned on here a few times, my answer was a Santa Claus versus the Martians. Don't think I've seen it, and now I don't know if I want to. My answer is a very, very obscure Chinese kung fu movie called Little White Dragon. So obscure, actually, that despite the fact that both me and Foxy sat through the entire damn movie, and we both remember sitting through the entire movie, I cannot find any evidence that the movie exists. Dan loved it, of course. But the movie was so bad, so god-awful, that I remember sitting there at the beginning of the movie. I remember sitting there thinking, when does it get good? When does it start making sense? And then the movie was over. And I cannot tell you a single sliver of plot in that movie. I have no idea. Blood and chocolate made me, because I read the book first. Yeah, that makes sense. I know about you and Killer Clowns, but those kind of quote-unquote horror movies, they don't bother me. They never have. You know, you have like the alien / demon type horror movies. You have the whodunit type horror movies, which are my absolute favorite, because I like to set a goal for myself of figuring out who the killer is before they tell you at the end of the movie. And then you have the torture porn garbage like Saw. I can't do that garbage. I cannot do just gore for the sake of gore. I've never seen Terrifier, and I don't plan to. I haven't seen either one of them, and I never will. There is no point in that kind of garbage. But like Creature Feature, Killer Clowns, and The Fly, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Old sci-fi movie where the scientist kept his wife's head alive for a transplant. Ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. Hated clowns before watching that movie. I know. After having nightmares, my asshole brother had put popcorn in the bathroom. Yep. Read all 3 Logan Run books before the movie was ever made, and I thought the movie was better, yeah? Mystery Science Theater. Brother was an asshole. Not was. Is. Hostel. Yes, absolutely. Didn't realize it was torture porn. Thought it was a regular horror movie. Sideways. I have seen bad movies before. This is probably going to piss a lot of people off. But I don't like the Lord of the Rings movies. I can't do it. It bores the hell out of me. I tried to sit through the first one. Couldn't do it. I was bored out of my friggin' mind. I didn't even finish the movie. Then there are movies that are bad, and you expect them to be bad. So when they're not bad, they're actually like fairly decent. You're like, oh, well, okay. This is all right. This island missing a plot, visually stunning, but a pointless script. Yeah. Donna shared them. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Foxy was sharing Lord of the Rings with me, and I'm like, this is not, no. Like thrillers? Thrillers are good. I enjoyed Shutter Island. Foxy hated it. Yes, The Earth Stood Still was Keanu Reeves. Last Lord of the Rings had 18 endings that were each 20 minutes long, and I had to use the restroom by the second. Yeah. Are you done yet? Come on, I gotta pee. It's like watching Clue. Like 3 or 4 different endings. Now that movie, Clue, I love the hell out of that one. Clue was awesome. I have seen the remake. I have seen the Keanu Reeves version, and it was kind of meh. I watched it once. I'd probably not watch it again, but I didn't mind watching it the one time. Oh, absolutely. That's the best part about watching movies at home. You can pause them. You can stop them. You can sit around and watch in your underwear. When you find a sticky spot on the floor, you know what it's from. I haven't been to a theater in years. Too loud, too many people, too many smells, yeah. Murder by Death, yeah, I know that one. I've seen it. Okay. Similar question. Sticky spot on the floor, yeah. What is the worst book that you ever read?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Got to the end and was like, what? Why? What? No. I have 2 answers. I have one answer that I read the entire book, and it was god-awful, and I was annoyed at myself for spending money on it, despite the fact that I got it for $1. Atlas Shrugged, yeah. 10 pages into Twilight, yep. I don't even remember the book, I remember the author. It was a Christine Feehan book. And it was god-awful. It was terrible. And Foxy reads stereo instruction books. And even she was like, this is crap. I spent $1 on it and it was too much. Every single character in the book, the author described the exact same way. Every character had the same description, I swear.
Oh, Carl, that's because 50 Shades was started as a Twilight fanfic.
That is true. It was. The 50 Shades falls victim to the Danny DeVito test. If you've never heard of the Danny DeVito test, the Danny DeVito test is you take a quote-unquote romance book and you change the male main character to Danny DeVito. If that changes the book from a romance to a Criminal Minds episode, it's not a good book. Handed Twilight back to my friend and told him if I wanted to read the diary of a whiny teenage girl, I'd read my own from middle school. Don't keep a mental index of books I don't enjoy. But it take me 12 years to finally finish one called The Purple Cloud.
I'm not in.
Yeah. That Christine Feehan book was trash. I ended up giving it to my cousin because she told me that she enjoyed those books. So I'm like, here, you can have this. Of course, this is also the same cousin that enjoyed Twilight and likes listening to Cannibal Corpse. So there's no accounting for taste on that one. "50 Shades" was every cliche and red flag in a relationship slammed through a word processor and turned into a hostage situation between the patient and reader. And that is why Trey isn't part of the book talk crowd. And those new court of whatever books that everyone was talking about there for a while, I didn't touch a single one of those. I don't know if I care enough to even check them out from the library. I'm not a big trend person. If something is immensely popular, I tend to avoid it. And then once all the hype finally dies down, I might attempt, if I'm interested. Like, I've never seen Twilight. I've never read any of the books. I saw about 5 seconds of one of the movies until I realized what it was that I was watching, and then I noped right the hell out of there and changed the channel. There's nothing about those books or movies that I'm interested in. Same thing with Harry Potter. Haven't read any of the books, haven't seen any of the movies. The author is a piece of trash, and I refuse to give her any of my money. But there have been several books that I have attempted to read and failed. And that's the other category. I read Moby Dick cover to cover. That was the driest, just most asinine book. But I read it. Of course, I had to read it. Because it was for an English class that I was taking for fun. But I made the mistake years ago of going out and buying Interview with a Vampire. Because the movie, despite being one of the most homoerotic things I've ever laid my eyes on, it wasn't terrible. At the time, it was bad. At the time it came out, it was like, this is terrible. But you compare Interview with a Vampire to Twilight, Interview with a Vampire looks like great theater compared to Twilight.
Shakespeare.
Yes, it's Shakespeare compared to Twilight. So I made the mistake of buying the Interview with a Vampire book. Didn't make it through the first chapter. I was done before the first chapter even finished. And again, I spent like $1.25 on it, and I'm like, this is garbage. Oh yeah, take Interview with a Vampire 1,000,000 times over Twilight, 100%. And if you haven't yet, there's actually a TV series based on the books. That was amazing. I thought it was great. They leaned into the homoeroticism in that one. Had about 12 paperbacks that I could never finish, but I didn't want to donate them to any charity for fear of inflicting them on someone else. My karma's healthier for keeping them. I don't know about that. Harry Potter books. I know. Cake! I get cake.
Big cake.
Moby Dick felt like being at sea while injected with food poisoning. Read Moby Dick for school, and the teacher doubted I'd actually read it. Proved I did by her flipping to random pages and asking me what was going on. Yeah.
I've been there.
Hey, cow, shut up.
Kill it or something, doesn't that? Doesn't hurt you.
It doesn't.
It shuts it up for a while.
It'll res right on the spot where I killed it, and I'll have to kill it again.
Mm-hmm. Still sort of warms it this week.
Yeah, I haven't read any of the Harry Potter books. I've seen maybe
I did when they first came out, but I don't think I've read them since.
small bits and pieces of the movies, enough to know that I don't really want to watch them. Piece of steel. Red Book of Calligraphy. Oh, wow, yeah. movies were better than the books. If that tells you anything, it doesn't, because that kind of thing does happen from time to time, though. But you also get the opposite, where you have a book that you absolutely adore, or book series, and then you learn, oh, it's being made into a movie. Awesome. And then the movie is trash. And you're like, well, that's just meh. Yes, they were for kids. Computer. Lights. Thank you. Red Book of Calligraphy. Okay. That'll finish me. Oh, nice. Cool. That'll finish that one up. Nice. What else do we have? Wine. Okay. Hour and 18 minutes already. Read Jurassic Park before the movie. Movie was good, but they left out an important... That happens too. Sometimes you just kind of run out of time. That's why certain books and book series work better as TV series instead of movies, because you're not limited by time. Didn't even touch on the dinos on the supply boat heading for the mainland. That's why they had to hurry back and risk their life. Yeah. Luckily, all but one of the adaptations of Terry Pratchett books were good, even though compressed for live action. Yeah. No chocolate for dog. Cake. Okay. So I already have 2 of the wines in my storage, so I can get rid of that one. That can be sold. That can be used. Ooh, red velvet cake. That's probably my second favorite cake behind chocolate. Now the work in progress that I sent to Carl and Donna and Sarah last week. That was one of those, like Dan was talking about, that I did not want to didn't want to see the light of day because I didn't think it was up to par compared to some of the other things I have read. But now I know better. Please, I could write better than Christine Feehan with my eyes closed and a friggin' Braille keyboard. That's the trick that I have discovered in dealing with my imposter syndrome. It basically boils down to one of two things. Either A, I have convinced myself that everyone is faking it, and I need to be part, I need to get my sliver of that grift too. Or when I think that my writing is terrible and not for public consumption, I look at some of the other books that have been released upon the public. And I go, yeah, it's better than this. Yes, come grift with us. Yes, exactly. If these god-awful books can get consumed, can get edited and published, then damn it, mine can too. And the fact that I actually shared that story publicly with not one, not two, but 3 different people, two of which have given it pretty good reviews and told me I need to finish it, then it must not be that bad. So, and the esteemed Dan Hollifield has decided to publish 3 of my stories. They obviously must not be that terrible. So, there you go, people. If you have imposter syndrome and you think that something that you're doing, whether it's writing or music or art or whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, you think it's not good enough, one of 2 methods. You either compare it to the worst offender that you can find in that medium, and you think to yourself, at least it's better than this. Because let's face it, there is some shit art in the world right now, hanging up in galleries and being sold for millions or thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's trash. It is garbage. There are books out there that should never have seen the light of day. There is music out there that would sound better if you were deaf. So you think that whatever art you have is not worth it. You go out and you find the worst possible piece of that art. And you think to yourself, is what I did better than this shit? Because I guarantee you, it most likely is. And if it's not, you got work to do. It's really that easy. Or you do the flip side of that, just like I said. You feel like you're a fake, you're a fraud, so is everyone else. We're all frauds. Come and join the grift. Come and be a part of it with the rest of us. Remind me to never post on Facebook that I wanted a beta reader for my story. People come out of the woodwork asking to be hired. I have friends I'd rather pay for that. Yeah? Send you my take on your story. Just heard bottle rockets. This is not the old Dan style. He's writing like Tom. Yeah. Tom turns up like a bad penny. So does Jeff. Big slice of cake. One bad thing about self-publishing, some folks never got an editor. They just read the first draft and they're done. Oof. Or they don't know English or their own language well enough to write. Yeah, I could see that being an issue. You and Donna and Sarah should consider yourselves very lucky that you actually got your hands on that story. Because it was really, that story was deleted and restarted about 18 times. The last time was a few months back when I disappeared for like a week and a half. And I told everyone that my imposter syndrome was kicking my ass. That was the last time that I deleted that story entirely. The whole thing gone. Just go into Google Docs, click on that, and just deleted the whole damn thing. Now, lucky for me, I never empty my trash. So it was right there when I came to my damn senses and I didn't have to start completely from scratch. But I did delete it again. Because anybody that does any kind of art I think we'll all agree that we are our own worst critics. The fact that I have made several journals and 2 or 3 pieces of calligraphy and actually stuck them in an envelope and mailed them to other people. Well, I'm sure some of you do, but the anxiety when I'm standing there at the post office with this package in my hand, just about to send it off to someone else. It's like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to put this out into the world where other people will see it? And I always end up doing it, especially when it's an actual commission that someone paid for, because they paid for it and they deserve to get it. But there are always times when it's like, I don't know. Keep trying to delete things. I try not to let him, yeah. I tell you that I dug up something I wrote 20 years ago. Rewrote it for the Somerton Man. But I think nice. Original story was bad, but that one... I try and save most things. I mean... I haven't actually recorded it yet. Mostly because I'm still working on it. But I do have probably half of a new song written. It's not recorded. And yes, you are just as bad about your art stuff. Next book is a rewrite of something I wrote in the 1980s. But I think I have a good half of a new song written. Hey, look, they're orange to me now. Only took 5 levels. Yes, as I said, we're always our own worst critics, and that's true. I look at something that I did and I go, this is garbage, it belongs in the trash, and then I show someone else and they're like, no, it's really good. And I just have to sit there and go, no. Just the fact that I have even one piece of music up on Bandcamp that other people have actually spent money to buy just blows my mind whenever I think about it. And I just want to say, and he will probably never, ever see this, but I want to give a very special, heartfelt thank you to the person that decided to go out of their way and leave a comment on my song to tell me that I need to basically box up my guitar, and never play again. And I'm sure you're thinking, why would you want to thank someone for that? And it's simple, really. I want to thank them because they motivated me to never stop. They motivated me to keep going, to make a second song. And I might even name it after that person and their comment. You think that you can say something to me worse than the things I say to myself on a daily basis? No, you can't. And let me ask you something, little troll. If you can do so much better, where's your song? Where is your piece of music published? That other people have purchased? Where is your piece that is so much better than mine? Show me how it's done, oh great master, and maybe I'll be able to see the great work that you have done. Otherwise, I don't know, shut up. Because if you are so much better, then maybe you can show me. Otherwise, shut up. Trolls are everywhere, yes. Music is based on taste, yeah. Doesn't have to appeal to everyone, nope. No, you're going to need to eat dinner. You can't have cake. Have another story in progress that I haven't uploaded yet. If someone air-checked it, would be welcome when I do upload it. Trying to mix 4 mythologies at once. Think it works so far? Okay. This is why Mom never let you eat dessert first. I accidentally sold my last fan. And I don't know how to get it back because I've never tried to repurchase before. No. Well, it says it's kept in repurchase storage. Where the hell is the repurchase storage? There we go. I didn't need 2 of them, but that's okay. We now have 2 trades available. Okay, cow, you're starting to piss me off. There. Shut up, cow. I'm not going to do anything to the dog, though. We are now level 90. And still no quests. We're going to run around a little bit. We still have over an hour to go. We've already leveled 5 times. So I think we're going to run around a little bit. Ooh, barbecue sauce. Those kind of recipes are always appreciated. I'm kind of planning on stealing a little page from Dan's book and possibly doing some cooking content on my channel. Some recipes that I'm fairly proud of. Like my homemade teriyaki sauce that everyone seems to rave over. Showing you how to make that on a video. I think it'd be kind of fun. I heard that. Sure, if you want to review the sauce, but my teriyaki sauce, my lettuce wraps. There's a few things. every single time that I make stir fry with my teriyaki sauce. People go back for seconds and thirds and sometimes fourths. I was going to do it last month, but the whole, certain groups of people not being able to afford food thing kind of made me think that would have been in poor taste. So I didn't do it last month. Because certain other groups of people suck a lot. I was basically going to film it at the end of October while everyone else was busy gallivanting around Georgia without me. But that was when all the negativity started, was at the end of the month, so I didn't really do it. But I might do it this month. I wish I could get a hold of those huckleberry caramels again, because a couple of years ago, there's a company here in Utah that makes their own caramel. And they did a huckleberry one that was just amazing. And I ended up using that to make chocolates for our neighbor for Christmas. But that wasn't really a recipe of sorts. It was just melt chocolate in a bowl, pour into some molds, chop up the huckleberry into smaller pieces, stick those in the molds, cover that up with more chocolate, stick in refrigerator until solid, and then you're done. But it was still good. Yeah, the lettuce wraps are pretty good, aren't they? Charcoal sitting in the hall, staring at an empty spot on her plate. Oh, no! Empty in the center, food all around. Yeah, it sounds like a cat. Had 3 different Thanksgiving dinners this past week, and I shall have leftovers. So cooked a curry. Nice. As she finished off the turkey and dressing from the dinner she cooked herself, I may have 2 days worth of leftovers. We still have leftovers from Thanksgiving. Last year, here's something that actually kind of fits within the Chinese theme of the channel. Last year, we took the leftover turkey and my mother decided she wanted to try turkey fried rice. She found a recipe online that she liked. And she cooked it. Oh, General Tso's for Thanksgiving. Yes. Better go get some curry. Yeah, you better. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the cardinal rule when you are making fried rice is to use old leftover rice. Or at the very least, you can make rice. Yes, this year she made turkey tacos, and it was not really great, but if you're going to make fried rice, old leftover rice, or you can cook fresh rice, and then put it in the fridge to cool. She did not do this. She got a bag of friggin' Uncle Ben's rice, put way too much water in the pan, and then she didn't wait for all of the water to boil off, so you ended up with sticky, gloopy rice soup. It wasn't fluffy. It wasn't fluffy rice like it was supposed to be. It was rice soup. So that when she added all the other ingredients to it, you just ended up with all of the flavor in the bottom, mixing with the leftover water, and nothing else had any actual flavor. The rice was bland. The turkey was dry and bland. The vegetables were bland. It was not good. So, people, if you're going to make fried rice, yes, fluffy soup, exactly. Number one, before you make your original rice dish, if you're using bag rice, please, for the love of whatever deity or deities that you believe in, wash your rice first. Get all of the starch and stuff off of your rice before you cook it if you're using bagged rice. If you're using instant rice like Uncle Ben's that's already sealed, it's probably already been washed. But you can do it anyway. So that's number one. Wash. I could probably kill the boss, yeah. That's number one. Wash your rice. Number two, use old rice when you are making fried rice. Don't use fresh rice. Don't do it. Or if you're going to do it, wow, that was sad. Wash the rice, cook the rice, and then cool the rice. That is rant number 2. Fried rice should not ever be wet. Rice itself, unless you're making congee, should never be wet. That's just wrong. Just no. Wet rice. No. Just no. Just no. Check out some of these comments here in a second when I get to a safe spot. Of course, this entire map is a safe spot for me now. We'll just go in here in town for a minute. Okay. Yeah, chicken taco seasoning, but she, again, just like with the rice, she didn't let the liquid boil off first, so it was all goopy in the bottom. Soaked it in broth for an hour before making it salty. Yep. We do have a steamer. It's true. Homemade egg rolls. That sounds good. Curry is good. Nice. Had some rice pudding. Yeah, exactly. When your food is wet if it's not supposed to be, or dry when it's not supposed to be, that's not good. That's bad. Very bad. Does anybody know if there's going to be a grand draws tonight? Okay, so there's about an hour until grand draws. So that's good. That is one of my mother's biggest failings as a cook. When she makes something that you're supposed to let the liquid boil off, she doesn't have the patience to let all the liquid boil off. So if you're going to get some of that particular dish, you want to be the first person there to get it. Otherwise, you're going to get... Well, actually, no, you don't want to be the first person, because the first person is going to get the very top of said dish that has no seasoning, no flavor, because it all sunk down to the bottom. You want to get there around the middle, because then you'll actually get flavor in your food. If you get the very top layer, there's no flavor. If you get down to the very bottom, it's all goopy and wet and weird. You want to get somewhere around the middle. Ah, yes. No behind the code tomorrow because Joe's got meetings. Wonder if anywhere local has cooking classes. Possibly. Maybe. I'm just running around between maps right now because I don't want to spend my entire 3 hours just grinding in Nanchang and leveling. Multiple times. Idea is something we could do together? Yeah, maybe. The other thing that she does is she oversalts everything. We all got COVID in November of 2020. And out of the three of us, she was the only one that lost her sense of smell and taste. And I swear, when she finally got her sense of taste back, about 6 or 7 months later, the only thing she could taste was salt. Because it was after that. I mean, she used salt before that, but it was after COVID that it got really, really bad. I don't think it's that she doesn't taste it as much. I think it's the only thing she can taste. We have 0 quests. This is... So we'll just run across the map, go to Hefei, trade in our collectibles with Wanda Ye, and then we'll go back to Nanchang and play around there some more. It's probably a good thing that she doesn't watch these now that I think about it. Just like it's probably a good thing that Foxy's brother doesn't watch. That might cause some drama. Gamer Fuel. 0 sugar, cherry Dr. Pepper. Most of the Dr. Pepper that I have tried, which has to be in 0 sugar because I'm diabetic, has been good, and I will gladly drink them every day. The only one that I didn't really like was the strawberry and cream, which is weird because I usually like strawberry flavored things. But strawberry and cream just with Dr. Pepper, no, just didn't work. Hey, look, a quest. Okay, collectibles. Fan of Clan of 4 Gods. 10 blood essence. Holy hell. 4 calligraphy books. Gold Seal of Fire relic. Requires 1 of revolving chakra. Essence increased by 4. Okay. That make it a pocket item? Yes, it does. 10 blood essences. This is blood essences. I can't talk. It's a wonder that none of us have started a cooking show. Well, Dan kind of did. Yeah. Foxy enjoys cooking. I enjoy cooking. Road to Karma. Nice. These days, everyone is obsessed with the Cave of Conqueror. The old scholar Nan was raving all about it. Go see him if you are interested. Well, that was stupid. Well, hello there, old scholar. What do you got for me? Do you know about the Cave of the Conqueror? Yes, I've been there. It was Gaisha, where Xiang Yu the Conqueror fought until the very end and died. His tomb was placed on the very spot where he fell. However, legend has it that another tomb exists, a hidden 5th floor that few have seen. That is the final myth of the Cave of the Conqueror. What are you talking about? Ah, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Nanyi Hai, and I am an archaeologist. Indiana Jones over here. The Cave of the Conqueror, of which I speak, has now been revealed to the public, and everyone is desperately searching for hidden treasures like lost Kung Fu mastery tomes within its deadly halls. Unfortunately, the footsteps of our ancestors there will likely be destroyed. I'm afraid people will ruin the place as a historical site with their greed. I see. Many were afraid to enter the Cave of the Conqueror because of the poison mist that fills the air of the place. But people have now discovered a couple antidotes, including 8 golden gates and a weed called Conqueror's Herb that grows nearby. Now the cave has become accessible to many. I'm afraid that more people will ruin the artifacts and cultural assets of our ancestors. I have heard from somewhere that many valuable treasures lie on the 3rd level of the Cave of the Conqueror. And from those I have heard the standing Buddha statue is of high cultural value. I would like to preserve that statue before it gets ruined by others. Can you help me? I will help you. We have a quest! Yay! Much as we talk about food, yeah? Could make it a collab show like Creators of Play, Munchies with the Madness. Well, yeah, could. Gotta do something real quick here. There we go. That takes care of that. Listen to me if you think yourself a hero. There is a great danger. Huge fortresses have been established in Hangzhou and Nanchang. Fortresses are themselves quite formidable, but the situation grows worse by the day. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is a black and white war. So back to Cave of Conquerors we go. Actually, we should probably do this first, huh? Let's do 3 index, 3 in Constitution. 3 in strength, 1 in essence, 1 in wisdom. And glove mastery number 10. Mostly outdoors in warm weather, yeah. Did come something in the kitchen and record it. Nice. Not sure that I'd want to watch a cooking show, just commenting that we are food obsessed. We are pretty food obsessed. That much is very, very true. What? Do I still have... Bloody hell. There. Goodbye, mastery points. Back to the Cave of Conquerors. Depending on what's being cooked, I might enjoy a cooking show. You know, like I said, I'm planning on at least 2 or 3 short form videos where I cook things that fit within the Chinese theme of this channel. Teriyaki sauce, lettuce wraps, and mooncakes. Because I have mooncake molds. That have never been used. So I want to make some mooncakes. Don't know if I have enough conquer herbs to get through this. Ah! Hello, ladies. How you doing? Again, that doesn't sound much like pain to me, but you know. I only have 7 low-level herbs, and they only last for 10 minutes. Did a collab with several people on screen at the same time. Maybe we could rotate from one host to another. Maybe. It's possible, I suppose. I think before I even do this quest, I'm going to go get me some more conqueror herbs because I do not want to get the squish. And I know where I can get some. We're going to use some of those Courier Guild passes. We're going to go back to Genon, back into Valley of Hell, because they had lots and lots of conqueror herbs down there in Valley of Hell. Pick up a few herbs. I think these were even mid-level. Somebody give me a 10-minute warning before Grant draws so I can start wrapping things up. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Over here in the valley. Conquer herbs. What? Oh, come on. I picked him up from here last time. Oh, get out of the way. Well, that sucks. "35 minutes. Thank you, Dan. We're just going to have to be quick about this, I guess. I don't have any more damn Conqueror herb. There's supposed to be some here on Bloody Plain. I just don't. I don't know where they're supposed to grow. Oh, well. Ethereal mushroom. Hey, the navigation system is back. Must have happened in the update from earlier today. Wall. There are definitely some interesting sounds back there, Carl. Second floor. Stupid wall. These guys are all blue now. Come on, there's not even anything there. I go to the third floor. Light blue. Green. The hell? White. And there's some people in here I can talk to. Golden sword, golden saber, staff, moon sword, ceremonial staff. 2 minutes left. No need for healing. I don't think I have anything to sell. Blood essence. Fourth floor. And there's the fifth floor. That's supposed to be where I'm supposed to be going, I think, maybe. Hey! Our Conqueror wore off. Wow. we have to defeat General Wei before the door will open? Possibly. 20 minutes left. Thank you, Dan. Hey, look, we got a conqueror. No. Defeating the general did nothing. The door is still locked. There's my inkstone. Nice. Okay, it's not the statues. Well, bloody hell. And a black tortoise. We already got the fans. Rage! Well, what the hell do I have to do to open the damn door then? Oh, that's right. I needed the ink stick, not the ink stone. I don't know how to get into the 5th floor. We might have to save this for next time because I don't know. I don't have enough conqueror to be running around here fighting things endlessly for the next half an hour, so we might just have to save this for next time. I will spend the week researching to see exactly what I need to do to open that 5th floor, and then we can do that next week. We'll just run around for the next little while. Mini balls. See people over on Grand Show, yep. Purple Jade statue, dark sword. Heard that you've done a great job. As a matter of fact, I need to talk to you about that incident. So come and see me. Come and visit me when you are in Hefei. Okay. I did something. Wonder if I can just Courier's Guild pass out of here. Let's see. Ha! Apparently, yes, I can. Someone is buff training, still or again. Heal, please. Thank you. Piece of bloody orb. Okay, who am I supposed to go see? Kong Sen Yong. That sounds like a Korean name. Oh, right over there. Uh-oh. It's another storyteller. Hopefully I don't have to buy him copious amounts of alcohol. Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord. There you are. You are the one who has slain Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord, with one slash. No. That's incredible. So many innocent lives have been lost because of that evil. That is why our townsfolk are so grateful to you. By the way, did you find anything upon defeating Blood Wolf King? You mean this? Let me see. Oh, this is the poison weapon of Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord. Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord, did not originally belong to Secret Shadow Clan. However, no one really knows how the Clan Master of Secret Shadow Clan got into the Secret Shadow or how Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord, made an alliance. Some said that he is the last remaining member of Hefei Guild, but who knows? Anyhow, all facts about Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord, are still mysterious, meaning that this poison weapon is worth keeping. Any idea how to use it wisely? Well, I'm not sure just yet. How about you leave it with me for the time being? In that case, I can find a way to use it by sending out my information resources. I'll contact you once I've gathered the necessary information to utilize it. Oh, I almost forgot about this. This is the reward for Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord. It's all yours. Please take it. How many friggin' times can they make me say Dark Sword, the Shadow Lord? This is why we use pronouns, children. Because when you have long-ass names with humongous titles in them, you eventually get tired of having to say the entire title over and over and over again. I'm just going to spend the next little while looking through stands to see if I can find advanced wood on Lightfoot. Wow. Well, damn. Nobody has nothing. Disappointed. Really? You're right in the corner? Five minutes. Yep. Not really a whole lot more we can do, so. Let's go. We're almost leveled, so let's just go ahead and finish up the Golden Blossom 7. I should only have to kill one or two more things, and that should be enough. %87 on the gloves. Sword is fine. look at that. We leveled and we got a quest. Letter from Princess Snowland. Hello, hero. How have you been? Did you know the Ghost Festival is held on the first day of the 10th month of the lunar calendar? Yes, I did. Where the boundary between the world of the living and the dead grow weak. In the North Sea, it is our tradition to hold a required ritual on that day, gathering people to soothe the restless spirits. Since you have been such a great help in the North Sea Icy Palace, we hope you will do us the honor of coming. By any authority, as princess, I formally invite you to the Ghost Festival Requiem ceremony. If you come to North Sea Palace, I will personally guide you to the ceremony. By my authority as princess, I formally blah, 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 blah. Keeper of Bloody Plain, Yintu Gao says, folks from Wudon clan. So, that'll give us new quests for next week. Wow, these guys are orange now. That's crazy. You expect me to go to North Sea Icy Palace? Oh dear. Level 144. What is this supposed to take me back to Hefei? What the hell? Level 91. We were 85 when we started. No, not 84, 85. Let's go ahead and go back to Hefei. And it looks like we finally leveled up enough that that stupid pill quest disappeared. Good. So what do we got here? North Sea Small Palace. Well, that takes us back to Bloody Plain for Road to the Dragon. Yep, there is time, so people want to start heading over to Grand Show. I completely understand. I will be wrapping up here shortly. Make sure, as always, to say hi to Grant for me. And I will see you all either Wednesday on Creatives at Play or on Saturday for part 2, discussing the life of Wu Zetian. We are going back to Bloody Plain to start the next part of the Road to the Dragon Quest. Thank you, Dan, for letting me know about the time. The battle over small things. Ah, are you talking about Wudon people like you? I know about them because they have passed by here before. They often visited the dangerous place, the Cave of the Conqueror. I heard that they were going to the 3rd floor of the Cave of Conqueror. If you hurry, you might catch up with them. No, thank you. We will wait and do that next time because I will need to be in Cave of Conqueror for the Road to Karma quest anyway. Hope Lynn doesn't have any shopping. I still want her to be a guest on Tea Time, Dan. She doesn't even have to be on camera. Despite the fact that most of the people, at least the people immediately here now, have already seen. Most of them have met her in person. I'm like the one person who has not. And we finished putting the house back together. Yeah. Like I said, she doesn't even have to be on camera. Just be voice only if she feels more comfortable that way. I understand that. I've been there. Bronze arm shield. Interesting. You go over here with the mushrooms. You go with the experience bonus cards. Guess I can go back to Wudon and contribute the pieces of steel. Oh, I understand depression. Don't even worry about that, Dan. I completely understand that 100%. Ah. Go do some contributions. I hate when it does that. Yeah, I've noticed it kind of kicked your butt for a little while there, Dan. Contributions. Pieces of steel. 14,000 contribution points. That's probably good, I think. Yeah. Now we go back to hoof A, set up a stand, try and get rid of some of that blood essence that I picked up. And that will be all for tonight. Later, Donna. Oh, yeah. Trust me, Dan, that thing that knocked me on my ass back in July or whatever it was, it's still there. It's still there. It's still buzzing in the back of my head, but not a whole lot you can do about it. You just kind of have to deal with it. We'll just drop it right here in the center of town. Open up a stand. Black tortoise fan. Actually, white tiger fan. Wine of Huashan. White tiger fan. And the statue of Zhang Fei. And stand is open. Hope things look up for us all. Yeah, that would be nice. All right, guys. It is now a little after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take that down. Bring me back up here. Thank you all very much for joining me again on another wonderful adventure in 9Dragons. Shout out to my patrons, Dan Hollifield, Carl Whitman, Rich Asplin Jr., and Joe and Trelena Bachman. You can see me on Creative to Play over on the Indie CD channel on Wednesday. I will be back here on Saturday for the part 2 of Wu Zetian. And I will be back here next Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain, for another 9Dragons Playstream. Thank you for coming. Thank you for commenting. Thank you all for just being amazing, wonderful, generous people. And I will see you all next time. 再见。